There's power in a drum beat on a hill above the sea. Power in the voice of a supporter. But it all amounts to nothing. Together we don't sing. There's power when we're not OIC. And it's bang, go forever. Oh, town stingery. Valley and mountain, chaparral to the sea. And the colors of our rainbow, sunset, orange, Tory, green. There's power when we're not OIC. SC loyal forever. Someday in North County. Desert to islands, get loud now, you and me. All our voices strong together as we cheer on our team. There is power when we're not OIC.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, one and all. We got another episode of the Loyal Locals podcast. I'm joined by two of my good buddies here. We got our director of events. I can't speak today. Jason. Jason, how you doing today?
I'm doing great today, man.
It's good to see you after everything that's been going down.
Yeah, a lot of work today, but happy result.
Happy result is always a good result. And got another good friend of mine here, Chris Garcia. Chris, how you doing?
I am doing great, man. It's a fun week. We got some games coming up ahead, which is nice. So
yeah, always good to look forward to games. Had a great weekend too. We'll get to that in a little bit. First off, here we got some acknowledgments. First, we got our important one here. We just passed 300 members on the year. Philip Dixon, congratulations to him. He was originally a free tier member, and we boosted him up to a full member, so he gets benefits for that for the full year. What else we got here? We got last week, Nick Drew. Thank you for hosting that, as well as Tony from Two Balls and Steve joining the lounge.
That was fun.
Yeah,
a little crossover episode.
Lounge is always fun after a podcast.
Mm-hmm. I'm already looking forward to it.
What was that?
I said I'm already looking forward to it.
Dude, if we could just skip there.
Go right there.
Fast forward to the drinking and craziness.
All right, podcast canceled. We're going straight to the lounge. And then we got Nicole Peterson is actually representing us as the locals up in Los Angeles at the Play Proud residency program, which is hosted by Angel City FC. I'm not too 100% sure on what it is, but it does include, I believe, representation in the game and supporters culture for our friends in the LGBTQ community. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, if anybody knows more about it. And then of course US Open Cup against Albion. Thank you to everybody who showed up. That section was packed. It was the most fun I've had.
It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, drummed there for the whole 90. Bryce was having a fun time. Steve got smoke. Smoke was actually a really nice welcome to it.
Yeah, it's fun to try out some new things and to see some new faces out there, people trying different things or getting roped into capoing as I was. You know, these things happen. We do our best.
Yeah, I was definitely sitting at home on the couch, very envious of seeing everything that was going down on watching the game and also on social media. It looked like an absolutely fun day.
Oh man, next when you can get to one after we beat Galaxy, get to the next one.
There we go.
Get to the next one.
Yes.
Speaking of,
and thanks to Albion, they were great.
Albion.
Touch on that real quick. The Pacific Social that hosted us. Sorry, I didn't look at the rundown. Maybe we get to this.
You're good. You're good.
If that's what we're gonna touch on the Albion Pacific Social for hosting us. Thanks a lot. We had a great time there. So thank you to everyone who came out, and we hope you enjoyed that. We're trying to get those pregame, postgame things set up. Fortunately, everything up in Carmel Valley shuts down at 9:00, so there was no postgame for us to celebrate. And they kicked us out of the parking lot, but it was a great time before and after. So thanks again to Pacific Social. If you're up there in the neighborhood, try them out, and definitely get the carnitas loaded fries, which was like basically carne asada fries, but with carnitas. And
sounds so good.
It was good. It was so good. And like nacho cheese on it too. Yeah, you were watching me. Like I told people like 6 different times. Yeah, have some. I'm done. And I'm just like watching them for 10 minutes and then back in.
I just had pretzels That was it. And they brought out. I was expecting a whole thing of pretzels like I'd get at Coronado. No, they just gave me a couple little pretzel balls, which are still just as good.
Yeah.
But that carnitas nachos, dude, that looked like
that was the way to go. So if we find our way back there, maybe next year or at an Albion game, that'd be a fun thing to do with locals. Maybe if we had an events director that would look into that sort of stuff, maybe we'll have another outing over to Albion and see what happens.
I'll bring that up next time I talk to him.
Okay,
there you go.
All right, now let's get into our game roundup because we had a couple games this past week. Let's start with our league game actually against Charleston, where we battered Charleston.
There it is.
There's your bad joke for the night. It's only going to get worse from here. You're welcome.
It was a Charleston battering.
Oh, that might have been better. That was better.
There's only like 2 or 3 of them, so.
Yeah, well, only so much you can make. 4-1 win. It was such a comfortable win. Finally, after scraping one I got out against Albion, the scraping one out against Phoenix, scraping one out against LA to open up the season.
Yeah,
we had that 2-0 win in the second home game, but to actually have a comfortable win and not have to defend like our lives depended on it was actually really nice to see. Plus, we actually have 2 strikers who figure out what the back of the net is, which is what I wanted to see this year.
Yeah, they understand where to put the ball when you're standing in front of that big goal.
Mm-hmm.
You put it in there. That's the idea.
Yeah, no, it's very enjoyable to watch throughout. Like I thought they controlled the game throughout. I mean, obviously Vassell had himself a heck of a game, and that goal where he just basically stood at the top of the box and then put that strike in was just beyond disrespectful, and I loved everything about it. So it was
just like, well, I'm here.
It was beautiful.
Speaking of our number 9, Kyle Vassell, he got Team of the Week honors for his brace in the game. Well deserved. Fantastic. He's really come on. Watching him from preseason to this last game he's come a long way from the guy who held up play, made dangerous runs.
Yeah.
He's now actually scoring goals.
Understanding a lot more, understanding the calls he's going to get and not get, not wasting time, maybe being a little bit easier to go down. And just being that Terminator that we thought he would be.
And he's also up for one more award. He has his second goal, his outside the box shot, is up for goal of the week. Voting is still open until Thursday at 12 Eastern, 9 o'clock our time. So wake up, vote.
That's right.
That should be your Thursday morning right there. Wake up, get your cup of coffee.
Yeah, definitely.
As you're eating breakfast, vote for it.
If you're listening to this in the car, pull over.
Well, yeah.
Pull over.
Be safe.
Get started now. Yeah, safely pull over.
Safely pull over.
Yeah, if you haven't voted today, go ahead, vote. So any more thoughts on that? I thought Ameng had a good game. I don't see him ever stop smiling.
Yeah. He, no matter what the result of the play was, it's a smile. It's the same smile of like, oh yeah, I just scored, or like, oh, I almost scored, which is really his only 2 gears.
Yeah,
is like I just scored or I almost scored.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit for me, a little bit once bitten, twice shy, kind of from the way that things went last year. Like you were saying, those earlier games where they come back on us, right? Even though we've got a 2-goal lead, they come back and like, oh no, it's a 1-goal lead, and we're seeing them out. So to see this one where it was like, no, this is we're getting there, right? Like I think you saw it even in those first games where you saw those games that have been 1-goal games. You've seen this potential of the ceiling of 4 and the floor of 1. I talked to one of the coaches in Arizona, and was just like, man, it could have been 3 in the first half. And it could have been 6. And I was like, yeah, like it could. So once they do start finding the net, it's not like last year where or some soccer teams that you watch where you're like, man, you're going to get 2 chances. Do not miss them, right? Yeah. It's like, no, you're going to get about like 10, and they're going to be pretty good. USL is on notice. We're on USL Tactics. Obviously moving up the power rankings too. So like people
are gonna fear continuing. If we continue this home form, people are gonna dread coming to Torreira. We keep up the noise, they keep up the product on the field. It's gonna be one hell of a place to play. So that's
2-1 was their quote unquote worst game at home this year so far, right? Like
correct.
I think the one that they won there kind of at the end. So like, yeah, you got 2-1, you got 3-2, you got 4-1. Feels like another team a little bit to our east that sometimes feel like they could like score at will the last couple years, and you're gonna have to go in there and score 5 if you wanted to win.
Mhm.
Feels like we are that team now.
Yeah, it feels so nice compared to last year. Any more thoughts on the game before we move over to the Open Cup, Chris?
No, I mean, honestly, it just really did like you guys said, it felt like a really dominant performance, and that's what just I really love seeing coming out of that game. I mean, we talked about Vassal; he's looking like that guy this year, and it's just a vast improvement for him too, which is awesome. But I mean, overall, just really happy with what we saw on Saturday.
And let's not forget, Toomey opened the scoring. Toomey had a nice
Yeah.
left foot shot into the bottom right hand corner,
Yes.
just past the keeper, open everything up. And
Yeah.
I really felt that came against run of play. I felt Charleston came out and they defended well. They were attacking well. We just had no answers to get the ball out of our own half. And then poof, here comes a Toomey goal right on time. Toomey time.
Yeah. And that we don't have it to pull up and watch, but I think that's one of those things where those forwards have such gravity towards them. And I've said it before, like you're gonna see one of those guys pulled two center back and another wing back, pull them all to one side, and that 10 or that 8 is gonna run right up the middle and have a wide open shot. And I think we're gonna see that a lot. I thought it was gonna be Guido a lot more. Wasn't in this game. It happened to be Toomey. But whoever's playing that spot, if they can fill in after those forwards kind of part the Red Sea for them, it's just going to be there game after game after game.
And you bring up Guido. One thing I've noticed from his game, I don't know if LD had him doing this last year, he's dropping much deeper in the defensive half to give our center backs or our wing backs an outlet, a creative outlet to get our attack going, which I absolutely love to see. It's instead of just hoofing it upfield or getting it to Charlie or Colin. It's actually nice to have a skillful player back there and build something from the back.
Yeah, it's great to everywhere you look on the field. Nick Moon would be the best player on, however many USL teams, and we don't even talk about him. We look looking for man of the match, and then you watch tactics wise, and you're just like, wow, Nick Moon. Okay, you're gonna go play right back now because somebody got hurt in the first minute. Like you're gonna go over here and play the left wing. It's really awesome to watch this team.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on to the Open Cup game. Again, we were at Canyon Crest Academy, Albion, San Diego. Very gracious host. They did a fantastic job putting this game on. Their supporters group were pretty good as well. 2-1 win. I thought it could have been a lot more comfortable, but Albion definitely showed some product out on the field. Fortunate that I wouldn't say fortunate to come away with the win. We did have a lot more opportunities and they were just sitting back, but debut goal from Taylor Kroll to open. Was he the opener? Or was he the?
No, he was the game winner.
He was the game winner.
Yeah, but Conway with his second goal of the campaign. I think he had one previously.
He's either on 2 or 3.
Phoenix. Yeah, so not his first, but his first Open Cup goal.
Yeah. What did you think of it, Jason?
I thought it looked like backups who haven't played a whole game together playing a game against a team for whom this was their Super Bowl, and it was played on a turf high school field. Survive and advance, right? Like this is sometimes the 15 seed comes up and punches you. You just gotta remind them, who's the boss and move on. And it wasn't pretty, but we're gonna switch places, coming up here as we move on in the Open Cup, and we're gonna be the little dog in the fight. So we're gonna give whoever's ranked or thought to be above us, we're gonna give them hell like Albion gave it to us. And it was disjointed and it looked like a bunch of guys who haven't played together before on high school turf.
Chris, you watched it at home. Did it look the same to you as what Jason was saying?
Yeah. I mean, really, like credit to Albion, and I mean, really, like for a game like this, the U.S. Open Cup, the first time these two San Diego teams had a chance to compete in it. I thought it was entertaining soccer to watch. But I mean, Albion came out really well in the second half and put a lot of pressure and scored a goal and made things really interesting. So complete credit to them. But like you said, survive and advance, especially in these early stage games. You don't know what you're going to get when it comes to a field, when you're going to get just with play overall. But no, I mean, survive in advance, and let's look at this next game and see what we can do against a team like the Galaxy.
And
Yeah,
you look
definitely.
at to me, you look at how many teams from the USL didn't advance, right? And to me, that speaks to our depth. Where if whatever ex USL team is gonna play their backups, and they can't deal with a NISA team because they're about the same or they're a little bit lower. Like our second team, beat who they were supposed to beat, and maybe they needed the big boys to come on at the end and score the goal, but at the end it was our backup brand new college graduate center back who won the game. So
Yeah, and like you guys were saying, at the end of the day, just survive, advance. A win is a win is a win. Doesn't matter how it happened, it just matters that we did it. While we're still on the topic of Open Cup, why don't we move on to our next Open Cup game against Landon Donovan's old team, LA Galaxy. We have a quick announcement from Jason about the bus. Do you want to do that, or do we want to preview the match first?
oh man, what do I want to do? People might be. Let's preview the match.
Okay. Tuesday, April 19th, up at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Big game, probably the most
The Donovan Derby.
Definitely the Donovan Derby. Definitely, we can safely say that this is the biggest match in club history. In terms of it's a tournament game, Landon's team, we're playing an MLS team in a game that actually matters, not like we were playing Vancouver in a preseason. But I believe that Galaxy has a congested schedule leading into that. I think they're on the East Coast and then fly back, play us on Tuesday. So I'm looking to see if they're probably going to play a mixed squad of A players and B players. And I think if they do that, it's there for the taking.
I think that as much as I don't want to be the guy that pours a bucket of cold water on stuff, but I will be very surprised if Chicharito is in the building and not watching this one from home. But that's my own personal. I think people are trying to. Do you think he's gonna? I don't think he's gonna play. Maybe that's a fun talking point, but I think we're gonna see basically Los Dos with a couple, half Los Dos, half bench players from Galaxy. They want to probably downplay this, sort of the way that maybe Loyal wanted to downplay beating Albion, that this is just what you do, and then you move on, and we're not going to make a big hoopla about it because, they don't want to give us any more respect than they have to. So that's how I'm breaking this one down. And because they just played, and they've got league games on Sunday, and then I don't know if it's Sunday and Sunday or Sunday and Saturday, but, this is the third game of the week for them.
Yeah.
So, Chris, you got any thoughts on Tuesday's game?
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, Saturday the Galaxy will play in Chicago, and then the following Saturday they have a home game against Nashville. So they've definitely got a pretty busy schedule. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see what we get from them. Like you said, I think it's probably going to be more Los Dos than probably like 70-30, you'd say, with the team. So I think that does give us an advantage to go in there and maybe do something special. But I mean, it's going to be interesting to watch. I mean, you never know what happens in these cup games, and that's why they're cup games. So I'm just really excited for them to get on the field and see what we can do, and also really excited because just work, I won't be able to make it up. Really excited to sit on the couch and hopefully hear you guys loud and clear on the TV as I'm sitting at home watching. Hopefully, a win.
Yeah, I want to be jealous of missing out on the game, Jason. Make sure that happens.
Yes,
we're gonna do some things that. That make you jealous. I mean, just a "We Are" chant in Dignity Sports Ticket Hub Home Depot Center. Like, come on, let's go.
That'll be something.
I don't know if that'll happen. I think you have a little more respect, but maybe not.
We'll see.
We'll see. So I'm going to be up there. And we've got this sorted out. I know if you've made it now 19 minutes into the podcast, you've been waiting with bated breath to see how this away day situation went. We'll get into some juicy details, I guess, in the lounge maybe, but basically we're just going to say for the shortened podcast version, family friendly version is Loyal. We planned a bus trip right up there. We announced it. We basically planned it, had everything in motion. I had tweeted out, it kind of sucks to I personally want to be. I don't want to jinx anything, but like I have to plan this bus trip because if we beat Albion, we're going to LA probably. So I had everything. We had everything all planned out. Dropped it, and people started buying up bus seats because they know it's the most fun that they're going to have all year. And then at some point, Loyal was like, "Hey, that's a really good idea. Maybe we should let all of our season ticket members jump on a bus for free, and we'll take them up to the Galaxy game." And then the season ticket members on our bus who had already bought from us were like, "Hey, what?" And discussions were had, and it's basically they're adding a third free bus for the locals. So thank you to them, the Loyal. So things got worked out. So you can go ahead and check the Discord. There is a very well crafted announcement there about what happened. But basically, if you already bought from us, you paid your $45 or your $35, you'll be getting a refund. Look for that in a couple of days, but you need to request that. Let's see, where are we going to go here? All right. If you've already purchased a spot on the Locals bus through the Locals website, and I know 43 of you have out of 50, so don't wait if you're going to. I'll get to the to the ad, but 43 out of 50. So so definitely listen up for the part that tells you where to buy it. If you already purchased a spot on the Locals bus through the Locals website, you'll be receiving a refund for your portion of the bus fee. Basically, Loyal's covering the bus fee, and we're covering the party stuff. So the party stuff is still going to cost you $10, and that is unlimited beer on the bus, and then pizza while we're there, and snacks on the bus too. So $10 gets you all of that. And we do not have any wristbands with the numbers of beers you're allowed to drink. So if $10 means that you drink 12 beers and you are able to do that, then good for you.
More power to you.
More power to you.
Yeah.
It will be there to be drank by drunks.
Drank too drunk.
Yeah. So there's more information on our website, in the Discord. Obviously, you can DM me or any member of leadership and get more information. If you had a Locals bus ticket and want a full refund, like maybe you're going, I know some people that like they're leaving from like a block from their house. So they were like, I'm in Escondido and they're leaving a block from my house. I'm just going to jump in with them, even though the Locals is going to be way more fun than the Loyal bus. If that happens and you want a full refund, email us. So that's admin@thelocalssg.com. Again, all that information is on the Discord, and I'm sure you can get to it through our socials somehow. But we're not just going to be handing back all money, or if you like had said at some point in the Discord today, hey, I think I'm going to do this. That doesn't count. So email us, be like, I want all of my money back. I'm not going with you. Open up that spot for somebody else who will use it because I'm jumping on, the Loyal bus. The tickets are all through Galaxy, so that's something that didn't change. You do need to buy that through Galaxy. They haven't given us a section yet, but they told us that they're going to. My guess is, if you know anything about the park there's basically two SGs. So there's the Angel City Brigades all the way at the one end. It's like the whole north end. And then who's in the corner?
Riot Squad?
Riot Squad.
LA Riot Squad?
Yeah, Riot Squad. I still think Galaxians. Are they still around? Remember the Galaxians?
I think they sit with ACB now.
Yeah, so I don't know.
They're
ACB
all
is just
family.
the big one. I don't know. But anyway, and they're in like the southeast corner or whatever. My guess is they will put us in the other corner. Oh, that is as far as geographically possible, but not in the luxury area from those groups. I think that's about everything. If you're getting your refund, it's a standard $35 will take 2 to 3 days, along with any refunds requested. Right, so we'll put it back to you, but you have to email us to get that to get it started. If you want a full refund, we will be reimbursing those who paid the $35. If you've bought a ticket and you are still going with us, we're going to assume that you are. We're going to be giving that $35 back to you in the next 2 to 3 days. So if you paid the full amount and want your full amount back, let us know. Otherwise, you're just going to get the $35 and not the full amount. So again, let us know if you've changed your mind. Otherwise, you're just going to magically, if you are still going with us, you're going to magically have some money show back up on your card in a few days. And hopefully that's great for everyone.
All right. And then because you haven't given us enough information, we're just going to roll right into away days.
Away days.
We have a couple away days coming up, Jason.
Away days are going to be at home and away again. So if you were there before, great. Did you make it over there, Chris?
I've made it over there before, but I've made it over the season. So
Okay.
I'll probably try to go there for the next one.
So I'm still trying to. I know the pictures were dark and blurry, and I couldn't tell exactly who all was there. But I've heard it was a good time. It's a good time. They're still working with us. Everything seems to check out. Basically, they can host us any night except for if there's UFC. So we will be there this Wednesday. And what's the other date that we're there? Because we're home again on Saturday, right? Oh yeah, we're home on Saturday. We're
home
very
on
much home
Saturday. And then Tuesday is the U.S. Open Cup.
Tuesday's U.S. Open Cup. That one I was going to work on today, and then we ended up working on this bus stuff. So assume that it will be at home and away. They have like 1 million TVs, and if you just show up and are like, "Oh, you showing the Loyal game?" They'll probably be like, "Yeah, here, sure." You can always assume that there will be a locals watch party at home and away if the locals are playing on TV. That's the safe bet. So yeah, for those two, that's it. We'll see you there. I try to get there a half hour before kickoff, so I'll see you at 6:30. I'll be there at 6:30 on tomorrow. on Wednesday. Is that
tomorrow,
right?
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Unless you're listening to this Wednesday, then I'll see you tonight at 6:30. Kickoff is at 7, so if you want to come right away, parking, all that stuff, get there when you get there. But we'll see
Get there when you get there. All right, so then let's go ahead and preview tomorrow's game. We are playing Oakland in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
A playoff team from last year. I believe they made it to the second round.
Yeah, they won their first round game. Yeah,
won their first round game. Going to be honest, I didn't do too much of a preview on them. I don't think they got off to the greatest of starts this season.
Yeah,
so power ranking wise, they're down towards the bottom. They're in 20th. We're in third. There's been no change. I'm hoping for a comfortable win again, but you just never know with the USL and everything that goes on in a USL game. And it being Oakland, they played us pretty well last year, if I remember right. There wasn't an easy. No one got an easy win. All games were hotly contested.
Yeah, not a lot of crooked numbers, but it looks like they did go to New Mexico and earn a draw there 2-2. Rowdies went to Oakland, and that was a 0-0 draw. And then they actually just got cup set.
Yeah, I was going to say they lost in the U.S. Open Cup last round too.
But again, to me, that's again more of a function of their depth. So we'll see what the top line looks like. I'm not scared of anybody this year. I am a little, again, like I said, once bitten, twice shy. So we'll see. But I think we can a draw. They say they want to go up and win, but draws on the road are fine. So I think they can earn that.
Yeah. I'm always with the thought when your game's at home, pick up points where you can on the road. That might just be the Everton in me right now. Just get your points at home, finish your business.
Wouldn't that just be get points everywhere, anytime?
Well, we tried doing that at Burnley, but we'll save that for a later day.
I'm a Liverpool fan, so my idea is you just win every time.
Right.
Just win every time.
I don't like this anymore.
No, I don't. This was a terrible idea. Wish I didn't agree to this. Thanks, Drew.
We are Liverpool. Just win every time.
We are local supporters first and foremost. Or loyal supporters, I should say. We are locals and loyal supporters first.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got the Oakland game covered. Let's go to this Saturday's home game.
The
big one.
The big one. We stayed at the same time. Like, this is the big one.
Huge one. Tuesday, Open Cup, huge. Tomorrow, Saturday, big one. Playing Louisville, our biggest game to date in the regular season so far. This is going to be a really good one. We went to Louisville last year. We lost. Landon got that red card, so weird red card there. I don't really remember what happened. I think he was yelling at the refs. Louisville comes here. It's going to be a tough one. Going to be a tough one, as we all know.
It is, but this is where we go back to the win your games at home, right? So I was on the comment thread with Two Balls last night and just kind of thinking of what is your strategy of going, away at Oakland, home for Nashville, Open Cup game, Wednesday, Saturday, Tuesday. What does that look like? Where does the rotation come? What do they? These guys aren't machines. It's not FIFA, so we don't have a percentage of health that we can figure out what they're going to have. So I'm very excited as a fan for this. I'm kind of nerding out about what the lineup's going to look like tomorrow. I'm going to see that lineup the first time I see it tomorrow and start prognosticating what I think that means for like Galaxy and for Nashville of who they play in Oakland tomorrow, what that means for Nashville. But yeah, Nashville's got to come here and they got to play. They got to beat us. That's the way I look at it this year. Let's just try and find that tweet where somebody said that this is not only a good chance of revenge, but possibly a preview of a USL Championship final.
Yeah, Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's kind of counterintuitive to get so excited about a game so early in the season, but I do feel like this is the type of game that you really do. Like, you look at Louisville, they've only allowed 1 goal this year so far, which is very interesting. So we'll see what we can do against that defense. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be a raucous atmosphere this weekend, and I think there'll be a lot of eyes around the league on this game because, like you said, it's the best of the East versus the best of the West this weekend. So, I mean, this is going to be must-see TV, and I'm very excited to see you there for that one.
Yeah, and I had a thought about it, and then it just escaped my mind. I was listening to Chris. Must not have been that important. Game time stuff, local stuff. Let's talk about that. Mention that real quick. We will not be having a parking lot this week. We are planning another one. Date is TBD. We will let you know as soon as possible. All of us, personally, will let you all know as soon as possible when we pick that out, since that does fall under my jurisdiction. But we are meeting up as usual at Coronado Brewing. I'll be there at 4. Hope to see you at 4, so I'm not sitting there awkwardly by myself for half an hour to an hour, as I do most times.
Gotta get people out there.
Well, we try to.
That 4:00 crowd needs to get there.
I am the 4:00 crowd.
You are.
I am.
You're a whole crowd.
I gotta hold it down. Yeah.
You hold it down well.
Hold the door.
Thank you. March to the match. Again, meet up at the Fountain as usual, 6:35. Start gathering. 6:45 is when we will start marching. Though y'all know that by now, it's just ingrained into your brain. Quick reminder, 70th minute rolls around. We are doing a poll in the Discord to vote for man of the match. Worked out pretty smoothly this week.
It was real nice.
Yeah.
It was very easy this week.
I like that new bot thing they got. That was gorgeous.
It's a lot better than just throwing names out there to sell to me like last year.
Yelling at Steve.
This works so much better. Though I do miss the clusterfuck of that. And then post-match, as usual. Everything is as usual this week. O'Brien's. Lovely O'Brien's. Can't say enough good things about them.
Where everybody knows your name.
Right? That is all that we really have on the schedule for today. Any wrap-up information we need to get out there?
None that I can think of. Looking through the chat, I don't really see any questions. I saw one question. I think it kind of got answered. So I think we're good. More questions and everything. We'll see you afterwards in the lounge.
Do want to have one thing thrown out there. No podcast next week. We are taking a spring break, if you will, a quick week-long vacation. We will be back on 2 weeks from today, Tuesday the 26th.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
So
Tuesday the 20-something. It's a Tuesday. Normal Tuesday.
Yeah.
Drew will be making. I think Drew, maybe somebody. There will be content next week. So take a.
If nothing
your
else,
open
there will
bat.
hopefully be karaoke from the backseat bandits at the.
We
Please.
need all that content.
So-
We need
Please,
all that content.
somebody
3
go
hours of that.
live with that. Please, somebody stream that.
You say there's no podcast, but there might be 3 hours of karaoke of us driving home from Galaxy.
No podcast, formal karaoke, as Jason's saying. So if he doesn't deliver, you know who to go to. All right,
I'm
that
I'm happy to video other people doing that.
all right. Well, that is all that we have to talk about. Jason, where can they find you on the Twitter?
I am the _locals_J on the social medias that matter. And if somebody's squatting on one on like Snapchat, then I'm coming for that too. But
Ooh, Snapchat,
Twitter, Instagram, and in our Discord.
Chris, where can the good people find you?
I mean, I am Sports Brain on everywhere. So Twitter, Instagram, Discord, anything PlayStation Network, whatever. Like it's all the same. Like I was able to snatch it up and keep it together a long time ago, and I'm very thankful that I did.
And I have been your host, Tom Blick. You can find me at Twitter at tblick10. I am nowhere else on social media because I don't believe in other social medias because Twitter is superior / toxic, and I love it. Do you want to add in one more thing for the content next week? Contact Drew about Open Cup videos. If you have anything to give him, anything to add on to that, be sure to let him know about it. All right, this has been the Loyals Local podcast with Jason, Chris, and myself, Tom Blick. We will see you all in the lounge.